Hi beauties. Alright, we're going to create a fun card today. So let me go ahead and show you what I have. I have one of the Whisper white sheets, and once it's folded over it's going to be at 5.5 by 4 1/4. Then what I did was take a sheet from the Playful palette, went ahead and looked at what I was going to be using today, and ended up choosing one of these circled in the Emerald Envy, that one there. So I took that, I cut it in half, and then I cut it in half again. So I came with a 3 by 3 sheet of the Designer Series paper, and then I took a piece of Whisper White, and that is at 3 again by 2 1/4. So what you're going to do is when we put the sheets together, it's going to have this 2 little frame sides sticking here. So let's go ahead and do a little stamping. What I'm going to use is we're going to make a Thinking of You card, and so I've got this Thinking of You. Now this was all one set. It was Thinking of You and Please Know That I Care. And what I did is I took off the Please Know That I Care. I just cut it so that it just says Thinking of You. You can always put it back together again when you want that. So there it is. So I'm going to get out my Emerald Envy, because those are the colors we're going to be using today. We're going to be using Emerald Envy, Tip Top Taupe, and then Memento, because we're going to do a little bit of water painting. So I'm going to get out my Emerald Envy first. And just tap it a little there. And there you go. Set that off to the side to dry. And then we are going to get this cute little frog from the Love You Lots. This is a hostess set. And if you host a party, you'll be able to get this set for nothing. And so we're going to use the little frog here and this little thought bubble that says you in it. So we're going to get out our Memento ink and our 2 1/4 by 3 sheet here. I chose the wood for this one, and so we're just going to ink this little guy up. He is so adorable. And I'm going to kind of put him in the middle here. Isn't he so cute? I love him. And then we're just going to take this little U here, and we're going to have him thinking of you. So cute, so adorable. So I am doing this card. This is a card that I'm using. It's similar to one that I'm doing at a swap this evening. So I wanted to show you guys before I gave them all away. So let's go ahead and do a little coloring. I've got my Stampin' Up! Aqua painters here, and it's really easy to do the watercoloring. So what you're going to do is you just take your Stampin' pad and press it down a little, and what that's doing is it's going to put some ink right here on. It gives you a little palette basically. So all you do to fill this is you take the lid off, put some water in there, and then when you're ready to use it, you take the cap. It's already a little moist. So if you want it light, you just use a little bit of ink. If you want it dark, you just use a lot of ink. So we're going to start off light. So we're just moving this around in the water. I'm bringing in some more ink so it gets a little light color there. Now you could use watercolor paper if you wanted to. If you're going to be doing a lot of watercolors, using a lot of water, but I'm just going to use this, and the reason I'm doing it with this kind of paper, just the regular Whisper White, is because frogs aren't necessarily smooth. So sometimes they have a little bit of markings to them, and so even if I get those little water marking spots, it's gonna look okay. So I'm starting out here, and I'm using a little bit more ink on his little toes and feet and stuff. And then we're gonna go back over this again, but I'm gonna pull right from the center here because I want to get a lot of ink there, and pull in where it has these darker lines here is where I'm gonna make it a little bit darker, and then kind of pull it over to get everything that I want there. And the same with his little legs. And I want his feet to be really green. I'm going to pull that here as well. I just think this set is so adorable, and I will show you the rest of it here. We're only focused on this little frog, but when you see the other stuff, oh my gosh, it's so great. Alrighty, so I'm going to let him dry a bit while I show you the other characters in here. Look at this little elephant with the mouse. And then of course the hedgehogs, and then these guys are so cute, so cute. And then it always has some little sayings here, and it said, I said always, you're always there for me, love you lots, thank you friend, and then of course the you that we're using. So I mean, you could just use that one set. I could have used like thank you friend down below instead of the thinking of you. So many different things I could have done. So I think we're pretty good here. Don't really see much that I need to add or take away or anything like that. I think he came out really cute. So we're going to go ahead and close this guy up. And then I'm just going to take this pen and run it, and you'll see all the water is all the ink is already gone. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this, I said Tip Top Taupe, but I think what I really want, we'll just use this guy. I thought it was a slate gray, but I think I did decide to go with this rather than the slate gray. But we're going to pull in just a little light colors, not a whole lot, and the only thing we're doing here is just giving him a little bit of shading and a shadow. So we're going to put this along the bottom here, and then just kind of pull it out. And I'm going to do it in the shape of his body. Okay, that just gives it a little bit of dimension there. I did use the slate gray color, the smoky slate, on my swaps, but I mean, this gives him a little bit of dimension with, he could be sitting on some dirt with a shadow on there. So I thought that was really cute. So next we're just going to take this guy, and while I was doing my swaps, I had my little 3-year-old grandson helping me with the Snail adhesive. So There you go. That's a pretty easy way to tell anybody could do it. Very easy to use. And I'm just going to place this right here. And then I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals. So this is a real simple, cute, easy layout, and it can be used with so many different stamps. So if you are interested in purchasing any of this stuff for your stamping or card making, just go to my blog, BeautyandtheStamper.com, and you'll be able to go to my online shop there. I'm just going to put this right over here. And there you go. So cute. Nice card. Alright, beauties. If you like this card, please give me a thumbs up. Please tell me what you use for your paper crafting. Do you do stamps? Do you do pocket letters, flip books, anything? I want to know what kind of paper crafting you guys do. I do it all. I don't just choose one. But all right, beauties, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.